Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we are going to be going over something that is essential for everyone who works in the hospitality industry at their properties, their respective properties, and that is emergency procedures. For this video, I'm going to be emphasizing weather-related concerns, especially as this is tornado season here in the Midwest, and really, most hotels do not have a basement. So where's the place to gather all your guests? What do you do? What should you do? Where should you go? All these questions I want to help answer for you. So first things first, each hotel is going to be run differently. It's going to have their own disaster preparedness plan, or they should. And that's something that I encourage you, if you are a hotel worker, to definitely go over with your manager and maybe see if the information is still up to date. I had a real life experience with this some years ago, the after effects thereof at my first property, when we had a tornado that ripped through and ended up taking off part of the roof during the storm. I will tell you, when we used to be at my first hotel on IHG property, we always printed out downtime reports every shift. And when we switched to Best Western, we gradually got away from that, and then they went back to it after that tornado incident, because we needed to know who was where for keeping track of guests and making sure which rooms were vacant, which rooms were occupied, things of that nature. That is critical for the front desk to know at all times. So depending on what property management system you have, they are going to be called downtime reports. They may be called emergency reports. If nothing else, you should have a vacant room list and an in-house guest list and an arrival list in an emergency situation regarding weather. Last year, 2025, we had many instances where there were nearby strong thunderstorms, which I paid very close attention to at my property here. And that's always a good idea, just to get a good idea of what the weather's like, keep track of everything, keep a tab open on the local weather stations. Nothing ever struck in the nearby area. However, a couple towns north of us, there was, and I had a disaster preparedness plan ready. And I made sure all my guests were aware of that plan regardless, and reassured them that if anything happens, I will be the first to let them know where to go. Every time there's a hint of a severe thunderstorm in this area, I print out my own downtime reports, and I keep track of who's checked in, who's not, who still is yet to arrive, how many guests I have in-house, their names, because if I have to evacuate everybody to the safety zone that I have set up for them, I need to know where they are, and I have to have a complete inventory of my guests so that we can, of course, be together and be safe during the disaster. That is the whole point. There have been times where it's come close to that here, and I collected many different blankets, a lot of pillows. We have a storage room which has some rollaways, so small twin-size mattresses that I was very much considering using if the thunderstorm supercell, I should say, did pass over us and cause damage. Thankfully, none of that happened, but it's good to be prepared. I would rather have to put away 20 blankets and 2 twin mattresses and 12 pillows than not have them and have a situation unfold where my guests could not be as comfortable as possible and as safe as possible. So yeah, we're looking at another fairly strong tornado season here in the Midwest. But again, I thank you so much for joining me today. This is Jay Hospitality signing off. Be safe out there.